Welcome, guys. Welcome to the Book of Common Point, the Common Point philosophy. Have a drink. You might notice I've got new shirts. Finally, they came in the mail. I've got my Hanleys. No more of this, hopefully. They're a little tight, but I'm on a diet, so I want to lose some weight, and then they'll be perfect. Have a drink. Pop a beer. Order a pizza. It's going to be a great video. Cheers to my seekers. What's this video going to be about? I don't know. No, I do know. How and why we don't see our biggest mistakes before they happen. How and why we don't see our biggest mistakes before they happen in our life. Close the book. Video's done. No. We're just starting. Couple of examples. Get comfortable, John. I'm trying to get used to the shirt. A couple of examples. If you look back into your past, you're going to be able to pick these out. You're going to go, what the hell was I thinking about that? Why did I make that decision? Because sometimes you can make a decision in your life and many years pass by and you're like going, God, I wouldn't have gone through all this bullshit, all this hell, all this struggle if I just would have done that. And I'm not saying you want to go back to shoulda, coulda, woulda type of a thing. I want to show you how you can see before you jump. I want to show you through this philosophy how you can see before you jump. I learned it the hard way many times, which helped me create the philosophy. When I was in California, when I was in college, I didn't finish. I went about a year and a half. I didn't finish. How things would have been if I would have finished, I don't know. But I do know, at the time, I was studying television production. At the time, I was at a local television station, and I was producing, it was Pomona Police Presents by John Tenuto. Donna Bonte was the host, and I was producing this show through a class project to reflect on gang violence, stuff like that was going on in LA. At the same time, within the same time frame, within the same amount of time there, within a year or so, Johnny Carson decided he was going to retire. And people were trying out for a Carson show. And I knew about that. I did know about that. And I didn't go down there to try out. Let me get to the point. The point is, when you are so close to something, I talked about in my other video about the chalkboard. When you are so close to something, you do not see the opportunity that's far ahead of you. I was so entrenched in doing my television production, doing my show, and handling talent, managing and editing, and all the things that I was doing. I was so involved with that. My peripheral vision wasn't open enough to see bigger opportunities. And that's how we miss those amazing opportunities. We get so deeply involved in something. It could be anything. It could be raising a family. It could be health. It could be moving. It could be a relationship breakup. It could be anything. Anything that's dramatic in your life gets you so soaked into that drama that you don't see the other possibilities that are right in front of you. So how do you back up, and how do you see those how could I have backed up and seen that the Carson show, the Tonight Show, was trying people out to be host of the show? I knew it was going on, but I didn't take advantage. I didn't go down to LA. I didn't get involved. I didn't do anything about it. I did the same thing with my songwriting. I would write my songs and I'd have them out there, but I didn't follow up on it, okay, when an opportunity would open up for me. So what I'm trying to say is this. When you are so entrenched in your life, well, whatever you're doing, I don't care what it is, raising a family, going to school, studying, practicing, whatever you're doing, when you're so entrenched in life, stop for a moment. Just take a break. Take a mental break, take a physical break, take an emotional break, take a break. And step back. If you got to sit on a rock up in the mountains or go to a park, take a break and think about your life. Think about your life, where it's going. Think about your life and what it's doing. Where are you now? Where are you now? That's the key to this video. Have a drink. Hope that pizza's coming along or being delivered. Don't click away. I'm still moving the shirt. I guess that's a habit. I got a brand new shirt. I'm still messing with it. Oh, well, it is what it is. So when you look, the other thing you need to do is, in retrospect, look back into your past and see the decisions that you made. At the time I got done with the television show, I decided to blow it all off. Screw it. I sold my house, packed up my van, and moved back to Florida. This is not a shoulda, coulda, woulda thing, but I look back and think, that was a mistake. Because it's taken me years, literally years, to recognize that mistake. It's taken me years to recognize that mistake. So my life would have been completely different if I would have stayed and hunkered down and just paused and said, okay, what are the opportunities in front of me? Where's my notes? What are the opportunities in front of me? How and why we don't see our biggest mistakes before they happen. How and why we don't see our biggest mistakes before they actually occur in our lives. We don't see them. It's like that poem or that quote, or I don't know who wrote it, but you don't see the trees because of the forest. You're so involved in the forest, you don't see the trees. You don't see where you're going. So think of yourself as being in the forest, and there's all these trees. Here's all the trees around you. There's thousands of trees around you, but there's one tree. There's one tree that's like, let's say, the lucky tree or the gold tree or the opportunity tree. There's that one tree in the forest of thousands of trees. But you got all these other trees that you're walking by and you're passing, and you're looking at this one, you're looking at that one, and this one, that one's bigger, that one's small, that one's growing, that's a little baby, that's huge, look at the size of that tree. You get so involved with life. You get so entrenched with life that you don't see that one tree. You walk right past it. And it's not until you are way past that tree, way down miles and miles away in your life, you look back into the forest to where you are today and say, what the hell? How did I miss that? How did I miss that? Did I miss that? Did I not see that tree? How did I was in the forest. I was looking for that magical tree, that amazing tree, that amazing tree. How did I miss it? You missed it by being too close. I said earlier about the chalkboard and the study. Guy trying to figure out the formula. It's basically the same thing. This video is not the same thing because we're talking about a different subject. But what I'm saying is, when you are so close to everything you do, and you're so entrenched to everything you do not see the bigger opportunities. How and why we don't see our biggest mistakes before they happen. It's not a mistake. I'm using that in the title to get your attention. But it's not really a mistake. All of life's decisions, anything you decide to do in life is not a mistake. Because everything you do leads you to knowledge. And for lack of a better word, every mistake you do leads to better knowledge. Okay? So don't beat yourself. Don't look back and say, damn it. I could have had that. I could have been this. I could have had that. Look at your life now and what you have and be thankful for what you have now. But remember the forest. Today, don't look back and go, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Look at the forest today, in the moment, the present moment, and see that tree. For instance, now here I am, 40 years later, doing a YouTube channel. Am I so entrenched in the YouTube channel, I don't see other opportunities? I'm not going to make that mistake again. I'm not going to make that mistake because I'm not going to give up on YouTube. Now, when I was doing the television thing, I didn't pursue the shows down in LA. When I was doing the television show, I didn't pursue other things that I shoulda, coulda, woulda, but I didn't. So I've learned from my mistakes. I've gained wisdom from my mistakes. I've gained knowledge from my mistakes. And all those mistakes are in what I do now, giving me a better perspective on things. How and why we don't see our biggest mistakes before they happen. That's why. It's all in this book. One thing I want to say this. Hang on. It's a little warm in here. I want to say this about decisions I didn't make and decisions I did make. That can help you. And I want you to look at where you are today, where you are right at this moment, and the decisions that you have made in the last year or so, or 2 years or 3 years, where you are today. This is a truism. This is absolutely true. If I would have made the decisions differently back then, if I would have followed suit with maybe, I didn't walk through the right door, or I didn't find the right tree in the forest. If I would have done that, I would have not written this book. You see what I'm saying? It's like a yin and yang thing, okay? You can't beat yourself up for not doing something, but when you do finish something like a book, that probably never would have happened if I would have stayed in LA. I would have been, maybe a famous talk show host and all this kind of stuff, and celebrity. I might not even be alive. I might have gone down the path of being a crazy entertainer and living the life, drinking, and you know what? I might not even be here. So, there's the other thing you need to look at too. There's always a higher calling to everything you notice, or everything you want to do. If you say, I want to do this, I say, well, I want to be a musician. I want to be a writer. I want to be a songwriter, okay? That was my goal. That was my passion when I was in LA. That was my passion when I was in Nashville. That was my passion when I was in the recording studio many years ago. But that passion never unfolded into a reality as far as the career I thought I would have. But because of that not unfolding, gave me the wisdom and the knowledge and the suffering that we all go through in life to write this book. So all of that basically was beneficial to me. Even though if I look back, how and why we don't see our biggest mistakes before they happen. Hold that thought. I will be right back, and we will really nail how to not, really nail how to not make huge mistakes in your life to where you might go, damn, that sucked away years of time in my life, and I don't have that many years left. Why did I make that decision? I'll be right back. I'm back. I'm still doing this. It's a habit. I guess it doesn't matter what shirt I'm wearing. Okay, here is the golden nugget. Here's the punchline. Here's the gold to this video. Why do we do that? Why do we not see that tree in the forest? Why do we not see that bigger opportunity? Why? Read my notes again. Why? I wonder why we don't see our biggest mistakes before they happen. How do we not see the mistake we are about to make? We are comfortable. When you get comfortable with anything, when you get comfortable, I was comfortable doing the TV show. I was comfortable doing my local gigs. I was comfortable doing my classes. I was comfortable. When you get comfortable and you get cozy, you get lazy. You don't see the bigger picture. You don't see the tree in the forest. You don't see that tree you're looking for. You don't see that nugget you're looking for. You don't see that opportunity right in front of you. It's right there. It's smacking you in the face. You don't see it because you're comfortable. You're living the status quo. Well, I'm going to go to the studio and I'm going to set up the cameras and I'm going to do the TV show and I'm going to wait for the talent. Oh, we might change the set. You've got blinders on. You've got blinders on. Take the blinders off. Take the comfort. Get rid of the comfort. Get rid of the blanket around you that keeps you warm and cozy. Human nature wants us to be comfortable, wants us to be safe, wants us to be secure. It's natural, it's normal. But to be successful, to not miss that huge opportunity right in front of you, you must step out of that comfort zone. Then and there, I should have got in my little Volkswagen. I should have gone down to NBC Studios, stood in line and tried out. Who knows what would have happened? It crossed my mind and I forgot about it. Even though that was a passion of mine. That's something I wanted to do. I always wanted to be a talk show host. I could do that. I could be like him. I could be better than him. But I didn't do it. It wasn't fear. It's not fear. You know, I have all these motivations. Well, you need to conquer your fears and screw your fears. It's not about fear. I wasn't afraid to be that. I wasn't afraid to be a great writer. I wasn't afraid to be a great performer. I wasn't afraid to be a great speaker. I'm not afraid of anything. You're not afraid of anything. You're not. It's not fear. Quit listening to that bullshit. These motherfuckers. Well, you got to conquer your fear. You got to walk on fire and eat glass and whoa. They're all full of bullshit. It's not fear. It's comfort. It's status quo. We're conditioned that way. And when we are born, from when we're little kids, to be safe. to be comfortable. We would not have electricity, the electric light bulb, the phonograph, the record player, that's the same thing, the record player, the television, computers, laptops, the phone that's videoing this video right now. We wouldn't have any of that if Thomas Edison and Alexander Graham Bell, all the people that contributed to this, were comfortable. They were seekers. They were challengers. They challenged themselves. They go, oh, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to do that. Because you're nuts. The Wright brothers. There's another one. Those guys were crazy. We're gonna take take a bunch of junk in this shop on our barn, put it together, we're gonna fly. You guys are nuts. They weren't nuts. They weren't comfortable. And they weren't dealing with conquering fear. It's not about fear. If somebody says to you, hang on, have a sip. If somebody says to you, well, Bob, you can't achieve that until you conquer your fears. You know what you do? You tell them to go to hell. Because it ain't fear. It's comfort. It's security. It's a security blanket. We wrap these security blankets around us with everything that we do. It doesn't matter what you're doing. Right now, and what you're doing. Let's say you're going to school, or you're working a job, or you're working a mundane job at a department store. You're working in a department store and you're checking out people. And you're making your money and you're paying your bills, you're meeting your rent and you're feeding yourself, maybe your family. You're comfortable. It's safe. When you're in that zone, when you're in that space, when you're in that headspace, you don't see the tree. You don't see the opportunity. Even when it smacks you in the face, somebody could walk in the store. Let's say you want to be a fashion model. And you got the look. You're beautiful. You've got the look to be a fashion model. And you're a cashier at a department store. And the right person literally walks in the door. This guy's got the connections, he's got the money and got the power, and he's a decent human being. And he says, you need to come to my office. I need to talk to you. You could be a fashion model. I don't know, I got a family, Years go by. You're getting older. You don't have the look anymore. You're not that anymore. You're you now. You don't have that anymore. And you look back and go, what the hell was I thinking? Why didn't I take that opportunity? Because you were comfortable. It's not fear. You say, well, you're being afraid of losing, not making any money, so you can't pay your bill. I get that. But it's really not fear. When we get comfortable, fear is not an option. Fear is not even involved. How and why we don't see our biggest mistakes before they happen. That's why I was comfortable. I had a good life. Student loans, student grants, scholarships. I'm doing classes. I got food. I got money coming in the mail from the government so I can go to school. I don't have to worry about working. I was comfortable. I go down to the studio and work on a TV show. I'm a Mr. Big Shot. But look what I missed. Look what I missed by being comfortable. Think about that. Not to rag on motivational speakers, the big ones, the big 4 or 5 or 6 or whatever they are out there. Not to rag on them, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to do it anyway. You don't need a motivational speaker. You don't need a motivator. You need to look, back up, take time down from everything you're doing. Let's say you're that girl working at the department store. You're that girl that could have been that model. Let's say you're that girl now. You're 18 or you're 20 years old, or you're that guy now, and you want to be a doctor, you want to be a lawyer, and you work in a department store. Literally take time down. Spend some time down, away from your comfort zone. Go to a park. Take a trip to the mountains and literally sit on a rock and think about what you want. Think about the decisions you're making today, because it will affect you for the rest of your life. Get out of your comfort zone. Even if it's a little bit, get out of your comfort zone. I'll give you a really good example. I have a part-time job, and I talk about that a lot of time in my video. People are so afraid. They're so afraid of not getting hours. They beg for hours. They're in the break room. Oh, hey, do you have any hours? How many hours? Oh, do you have hey, Bob's on vacation. Can I take a shift? Can I take a shift? I'm not working Thursday. Can I have a shift? That's not living. Because of living like that, your mental state is blocking all that opportunity that's in front of you, because you decide to live that way. I'll close this video down. Remember, it's not fear. It's being comfortable. It's not fear. It's being comfortable. Because deep down inside of you, deep down inside of you, you know you could be great at whatever you decide to do. I want to be an athlete. I want to be a teacher. I want to be a singer. I want to be a songwriter. I want to be whatever. I want to be an airline pilot. I want to climb mountains. I want to go to Mars. You know deep inside of you, you have the possibilities of doing that. But those possibilities will never be seen or accepted or challenged until you get out of your comfort zone. It's that simple. Into all the motivational, multi-millionaire, with a lot of zeros, multi-millionaire motivational speakers, you are all bullshit. Every one of you. I'm not going to name any names because I don't want to get sued by these idiots. But they're all full of, you know what? Here's the reason I say that. And here's the reason I'm so mad about those kind of people. They didn't walk the walk. They didn't live the life that you are living. They have no idea who you are, how you're living. How can somebody that hasn't walked in your shoes help you? They might spark emotion. They might spark an emotion. They might spark a thought. They might drive you somewhere, but eventually you got to do it on your own. So you have motivational speakers that have been multimillionaires since they were 20 years old, or 30 years old. And now they're in their 50s and 60s. And they're multi-millionaires. Some of them are billionaires. They haven't a clue who you are or what you need or how you can get what you want. But you do. You don't need those people. You need yourself to get out of your comfort zone and accept your possibilities. So back to the forest. You're walking through the forest. Here's all the trees. There's that one tree Got gold leaves on it. It's the wonder. It's the amazing tree in the forest. How are you going to find that tree with all the other trees around you? You're going to get out of your comfort zone. And you're going to look, you're going to widen your horizon, or widen your view of when you walk through that forest. And there it is, right there. Here's the other key to this video. When you see it, take it. When you discover it, take it. Take action on it. Take motion on it. Take mental and physical and emotional motion towards it. Don't just look at it and go, oh, there's the tree. Oh, there's the opportunity, John, down in L.A. Take it. Because you'll never get it again. One thing you will get again, if you're still working at the department store, is more hours. More work. Another year went by. 2 more years went by. 5 more years. I'm at the same register. Check, check. Same job. Seeing the same people. That won't change. It's up to you, man. How and why we don't see our biggest mistakes before they happen. Because we choose that path. How and why we don't see our biggest mistakes before they happen in our life. Pause. Think. Open your possibilities. It's not fear. Take that step. Step through that door. It's not fear. Trust me. It's not fear. Because I've been there. I have been there. And when you walk through a door of opportunity, once you close the door behind you and you're there, you realize there's nothing to be afraid of. You realize there's nothing to be afraid of. Love you guys. Gotta go. Have a drink on me. To all my seekers, I call you guys that follow me my seekers. Subscribe to my channel. Please tell your friends to subscribe to my channel. We are going to build a retreat so we can do more study. We can dig into this more and more. Love you. It's all in this book, the Book of Common Point. If you want a copy, email me, text me, comment, whatever. Hey, John, I'm over here in Guam. I like a book. We'll figure out a way to get you one, okay? It's an amazing book. Gotta go. See you guys. Bye now.